Director's Reflections for May 1st of 2022. No more brain and notebook. A good memory capacity and a thick notebook were for many years the best worth weapons of the reporters. Since there were no portable voice recorders in those days, the arrival of the first ones in newsrooms was a surprising breath of modernity and a prelude to change. The first gadgets used by radio and print newspaper reporters in the country looked like women's bags. The few who were authorized to use it boasted of carrying the latest marvel of technology, the one that will come to replace the notebook, by then the most reliable tool for recording events. For those who did not have the privilege of carrying tape recorders, a good retentive memory continued to be the perfect auxiliary, crucial, essential to retain a significant part of what could not be written quickly and clearly. Knowing shorthand and typing were fundamental requirements for the exercise of reporting, basis of our skills and shielding of our armor. With the method of combining signs or abbreviations, the most skilled reporters could record almost 80% of what an interview said. Knowing the techniques of typing, reporters were able to type on a typewriter keyboard with all 10 fingers at almost the same time. At the climax of the production in the afternoon, the fast-paced razors and the successive bells that sounded when going from one line to another on the sheets of paper give a special touch of life to the room, which no longer feels the same in modern newsrooms. While shorthand was essential, scribbling had its risk, because if the mind did not simultaneously record and retain the statement, it could easily play a trick on the reporter when rereading or revising what was written. As it happened to me, in my journalistic amateurism, my involuntarily distorting the expression of a Chilean speaker who came to promote the use of contraceptives, I attributed to him saying that contraceptives were not effective, quite the opposite of his postulate, and the man, the next day, indignant and almost on the verge of a collapse of his blood pressure, came to the newspaper to claim the errata. After this fiasco with which I started my career, I took more care to connect mine with the spelling, to depend more on the first. Over the years, I have attended many interviews where I barely used the notebook for a specific information, such as dates, names, or amounts. And some interviews, surprised, asked me why I didn't do it. I still think the method worked fine for me. When I review my past experiences and see today's journalists working with an impressive technological scaffolding without having to strain their brains or write everything that a declarant wanted to be able to get to their newsrooms to reset what was left in their mind and in their thick notebooks, I can't stop thinking about what reporting would have been like in our time if we had such formidable weapons at our disposal. For Listín Diario, voiceover and translations by Indira Rodriguez.